idea. Not mine.
Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow alcohol enthusiasts, let's go driving around for a bit. There we go. Just driving through rush hour, or kind of rush hour. Traffic nonetheless. Just got done with a meeting, usual stuff, but you know, might be working more here and there at home, doing stuff, research, etc., etc. But now I get to go home, pack some clothes, and then head down to home, or parents' place, to enjoy a feasting holiday that may have already passed by the time you see this. Actually, it will have passed because time moves forward. Anyways, gotta go. So, I, like most Americans right now, are tired and full. To break a bit of the illusion, or, you know, behind the scenes, whatever, I am filming this in advance. This is this is a holiday. What holiday it is, I can't remember. No, this is Thanksgiving. So, I just got back from my parents' place. Had to order some cat food to be delivered because apparently everything's closed today, but that's neither here nor there. Freeloaders. Anyways. But yeah, just got back from my parents. Tired. Tomorrow midday, flying to LA. We're doing a quick show there Saturday, and then I'm flying back home. So it's gonna be a quick little trip to LA. But yeah, so went to my parents' place. We, you know, beautiful scene. It was nice, cold, moist. Very moist in the air. Moisture in the air, even. Some of that made the air moist. Anyways, but yeah. And we ended up, of course, as always, cooking turkeys in a pit in the ground. It's wonderful stuff. Tastes delicious. Had a bunch of family there, like usual. Then came back today just to sleep, pack, and then go catch an airplane tomorrow. So, again, it's lucky my family's always had Thanksgiving dinner at lunch. It's always been kind of a tradition, mainly because, getting everyone together is a lot easier at noon, kind of thing. So we meet at noon, eat, lay around, talk to each other, visit, and then, you know, around dinner time, usually disperse after eating some leftovers. So, but yeah, so I'm back here just recording video and get this, you know, done with. So I'll be finished. No. So I can get ready for tomorrow. So, also testing out this mic, which hooks up to my phone. So I have a secondary audio channel, see which sounds better. But yeah, so let's roll the dice. 12, which is 6, which is 1. So I'm going to roll 1. Still need a second camera. Maybe if I get a bonus, I'll get a second camera rather than moving this one around. But anyways, 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. 2 can be as bad as 1, which is the loneliest number since the number 1. I think those are lyrics. Anyways, this is what I'm doing today. Oh, randomly, taking a D8. 15, which is 5. Why am I doing this? For the future. Indecision. Try to do that while looking. Okay, future. There you go, model it next to Farah. Anyways, this is Jim Beam Orange. Yeah, just Jim Beam Orange. Bright and juicy. It is, if I remember right, 32.5% alcohol by volume, which again, flavored stuff usually is 35%. This is slightly less than that. So a bit optimistic that it has more taste than the that is bourbon. Yeah, again, the asterisk, not a fan of bourbon. prefer the Canadian or Irish stuff. But yeah, so juice, orange liqueur infused with Kentucky bourbon, straight bourbon whiskey. But if you can see there at the bottom, there's the percentages and all that stuff. So yeah. Enjoyed chilled. I do plan on enjoying it chilled. I do not like my whiskey neat. I do like my bed at 3 though. Alright. And there you go. Nice clear glass to see it in. And it is very pale. I mean, well, pale as in beer type. It is very light if it was a beer. So here comes the smell test. Orange liqueur. Not orange, not fruity, juicy, delicious, fresh. Orange liqueur is what it smells like. With whiskey dancing in the background. So it's orange liqueur in a dive bar, dancing around, getting all the attention from the bourbon whiskey. Straight bourbon whiskey. Because I do definitely smell that bourbon smell. So, but yeah, so I am glad to be home. I left the shot glass here from when I was streaming. Yep, glad to be home. Just in time to get a good night rest. Again, my flight's not till 11. So it's not like I'm going to be getting up at 5 in the morning. You know, that kind of flight. It is going to be the day after Thanksgiving, though. So that's not going to be exactly a fun travel day. But the good news is I don't have to drive. Someone else is driving. And someone else is going to be driving back to save me a little bit of hassle. But it's nice to just have a quick trip back and forth to Beverly Hills. And that's where we're going to be tomorrow for the stream. To stream for the Advent calendar. I'll eventually get this right. Again, it is only the 3rd day, I think. Yeah, I only see 3 bottles of whiskey to my left, so, or bottles of alcohol. But here's to family get-together, or just, I want to say to feasting, to eating. Anyways, but here's to the holidays, reconnecting with loved ones. Again, doesn't have to be family. Has to be the ones close to you. Here's to connecting to the ones you care about. Cheers. Whew. Ooh. That warmth in the chest is nice. So, spoiler alert, therefore, at the end of my description. Embarrassing relatives at Thanksgiving. Ooh, tongue's a bit burnt after that. And what I mean is, so that it goes in, and it's kind of this whiskey hint taste wrapped in orange. Light bourbon taste, by the way. Because again, it is liqueur blended with the whiskey. So it might be more one or the other. But what I mean by relative that you kind of maybe talk over to stop them from saying something embarrassing or starting a fight or from embarrassing you in front of your friends or what have you. What I mean is, so that whiskey covered in the orange, as it kind of, mainly what you taste is the orange when it first goes in. As it goes down, it's a veil hint of the orange everywhere. It's like a thin layer of that orange taste, and you can taste or sense, or there's the bourbon taste, that oak taste, I guess it's supposed to be, but the bourbon taste right in the middle, and it's about to bake through, but you can feel the orange just constantly push it down until it goes down your throat. So just constantly interrupting that relative until the conversation moves on. So just until that bourbon taste goes down your throat and is no longer a threat. That orange is always on top, covering for it. Oaky, whatever you want to call that bourbon taste. Bourbon taste, Jim Beam, mild, very mild, extremely mild bourbon taste. Surrounded with a thin layer, but thick enough to still be the primary taste of orange and orange liqueur. Now the orange alcohol part of that liqueur isn't there. It's overtaken by the hints of the bourbon. But orange goes down. There's no flush up the cheeks, nothing up the nose, but once it hits down, slow, nice. Again, kind of like what bourbon's known for, that burn. Warmth more. Warmth in the chest that just slowly moves down the lungs as it goes, down your body. So it is that good warm bourbon feel without the bourbon taste. So, yeah. So just imagine a thin orange candy shell around a bourbon taste. Might be too sweet of an analogy because, again, it's not sweet orange. It is liquor orange. That is probably there, but it is very thin because you can taste, sense, what have you, that bourbon just ready to pounce out. Because the whole time I was expecting to get that oomph of bourbon oakiness, but it never produced. It's always covered up, essentially, by the orange taste. So I think I've said this enough to nail it home. So very good, very good. So tomorrow, as I already picked out the alcohol, I'll bring that with me to Beverly Hills. We'll do the shot there. And yeah, so tomorrow I'll be on a big old airplane. The day after that, I'll be on a big old airplane flying back here at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So it should be just a short, roughly 24 hours in Beverly Hills, then back here, and then mostly free for the rest of the month, which then I can hopefully go traveling, take you to places. I can show you the area around my house, area around Arizona, that part of the world, longing, shimmering, splendid. Anyways, yeah, so a very narrow part where my flying carpet goes. So with that weird analogy aside, I'm going to end the video here. So hopefully this mic worked. Hopefully this mic worked. Hopefully that mic worked. Hopefully all of you worked. Hopefully you are somewhere warm where you can catch up, meet, and say hello to your loved ones. The ones that you haven't seen in a while, the ones you've seen every day, regardless. Tell them hey, for yourself, not for me. Don't tell them that I said hey. They don't give a fuck who I am. But tell them, say hi, and ask how they're doing. It's always good to check up with the ones you care about. So, all that aside, thanks again for watching, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I can show you the world just around my house, shining, shimmering, gleaming. Show me, princess. You didn't tell anyone you were coming here, right? On this magic carpet ride, a whole new world. Anyways.